Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, it has been a while. I have missed you guys. How's everyone been? How's everyone's April treating them? I think the last time we did this was at least 2 weeks ago, and it's just been breaks. I didn't even know if I was going to do today because my daughter had a cheerleading event, and but luckily I was able to do it. So very happy to be back here at least for one weekend. But yeah, just a lot of new stuff with the job lately. So just has been a lot. And then I got sick and all this kind of stuff. Point is, I'm glad to be talking to you guys again. Hopefully you did like that collab that happened this past week with Juan Carlos Bagnell, some gadget guy. If you haven't checked that out, go check out on his page where I went all over my points, and then on my page, we went over his points to see which one really is better, wireless or wired charging. So yeah, let me know. All right, but let's get started with some of the news stuff today. And that first is the Pixel 9 Pro leaks. Now, this is a third phone, and supposedly we're going to be getting 4 Pixel 9s this year around the October launch event. So that is kind of cool. It's very different because at first we were like, oh, okay, we're getting one more called the Pixel 9 Pro, which is different than the Pixel 9 Pro XL or the Pixel 9 XL. Essentially what this is going to be is a smaller version of the Pro model. So you're going to get all the same things like the cameras, the RAM, all the same upgrades, just not the size difference that you would normally get from the 9XL. Now, there's still going to be a regular 9, right? You got to keep the price down. So there's going to be a regular 9, which will probably be at around $599. The 9 Pro, I am interested to see what price point that goes at, because I think it should be at $699 theoretically, and then the Pixel 9 XL be at $799. We could see a jump up with that being $899 or something or other. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll be $599, $799, $899. I could see that happening. But point is, we are getting a new one. It's a bit smaller, and we can now confirm how it looks basically. So front is very similar. You know, you still got the one camera dot in the front right there. It is going to be, so this one is kind of interesting because this is a shot next to an iPhone Max. So it's the 15 Max, and it is smaller than the Max again because the XL version will be more comparable to the Max's size. So it's smaller than that one. So we're probably going to get around a 6.5-ish kind of one. Some people are saying as small as 6.1. That isn't that far off. So I'd be surprised. I feel like that has to be at least 6.3, 6.4, but I'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll be wrong and it's just a bigger bezel, but to me, it has to seem like it would be bigger than that. So the XL version is suspected to be the 6.7 inch, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But we're also getting an increase of RAM too at 16 gigs of RAM instead of the 12 gigs of RAM. So I'm pretty happy about that. I really want the Pixel to gain as much speed as possible because that is its main Achilles heel, I would say. The speed has really been the worst part of the Pixel. Everything else is good. It's just, man, and I wouldn't say perfect, I would say good. But everything else is good on the Pixel. It just really, that speed is what really kind of deteriorated me, especially from the Pixel Fold. I tried to make that my daily driver. It was the replacement, the first ever replacement to a Samsung daily driver as my main phone. I've always had 2 phones since I started this channel pretty much, and it's always been a Samsung phone that's been the primary and rotating secondary phone every, whatever comes out. But this was the first time that I was like, man, the Pixel Fold is going to be the one that I kind of like, it has everything I want, it has everything I need. Unfortunately it didn't, but overall, we'll have to wait and see how it moves on. The second thing that I want to bring up is the fourth phone. So I've already mentioned that there will be the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, and Pixel 9 XL. Well, there's also going to be the Pixel 9 Fold. So this is kind of interesting because we are getting a Fold coming out in October instead of early summer like it did last year. I find this kind of interesting because now they're going to be coming out after the announcement of the Galaxy Fold Z Fold 5. And I mean, that is kind of interesting because, like, are you really going to compete with it? We know they're not going to really compete in terms of processing power just because Samsung's going to use the latest Qualcomm chip, and all of the Tensor G3 now, or G4. Yeah, is going to be there. It's not going to be as fast as the Fold. So I'm very curious to see how it is going to be the Z Fold 5 from Samsung versus the Pixel Fold 2, or sorry, not even the Pixel Fold 2, because it's really now going to be called the Pixel 9 Fold instead of just the Pixel Fold. What do you guys think about that naming scheme? Do you think it just makes sense that, all right, there's the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 XL, and Pixel 9 Fold. So it's just 4 different phones, all with the 9th series, but all different variations. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section for that one. But overall, this design is real. I'm not a big fan of the design. I actually liked the bar across like we had on this one. So let me take my case off. I actually kind of liked the bar all the way across. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer the bar all the way across like this, like we had it on here, or do you prefer this new design? Let me know in the comments section. I'm just kind of curious what you guys think is the best one overall. All right. Now, we also have some more news. First, before we get to the Pixel 8a, though, I really am kind of just like, we're getting more and more information about the Nintendo Switch 2. If there's one thing I'm pretty excited about is the new consoles, right? I am a person that I buy a lot of the consoles, with the exception of Xbox. I've never bought an Xbox, but I've bought in pretty much every single PlayStation that ever came out, except for the some of the mid-tier ones. I did buy the PS4 Pro, but I didn't buy the PS1 Slim or the PS4 Slim. I didn't buy those. But every main number and iteration I have, I am planning on buying the next iteration of the PS5 Pro. Definitely excited about that, but I'm also excited for the Nintendo Switch, and we're getting some more information on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it will have a massive upgrade in memory. So basically, the memory inside of there is going to be a Samsung 5th gen. Now, although this is definitely much faster and can definitely transfer much faster and read much faster, this isn't still anywhere near like today's standards. And what I mean by that is you know, while the current Switches is you know, even the 1st gen Samsung was a little bit faster than what's currently on the Switch, we're already up to 8th, and they're working on 9th and 10th. So just to give you an idea, the Switch is still going to be older technology, not the latest technology, but it's a huge leap forward. It is over a 5-year generational improvement compared to what the original Nintendo Switch has. So we will be getting much faster speeds and much faster transfer speeds. I really like this. I'm hoping, you know, the rumor is right now that it's still NVIDIA that's doing the processor, and it's still going to be an older processor compared to, like, you know, it's not going to be like a current gen like Snapdragon smartphone processor. It's still going to be older than that. I'm guessing it's going to be equivalent to about a 3 to 4 year older processor. Now, that might sound terrible, but the Nintendo Switch never needed the most graphical stuff. And keep in mind, it will still be, what, 8 years better than the last version that is on there. So it's still going to be a major improvement, but just still not today's cutting edge technology. And here's my word of caution too with this system. And I say this as a person that will absolutely buy the Nintendo Switch 2. My thought process is this, though, for everyone out there. I wouldn't necessarily always recommend buying the Nintendo Switch 2 if you're going to take it on the go. And the reason why I say this is because there's already murmurings that 3 to 4 years later, which is a long time in the console world, that there is going to probably be a Nintendo Switch 2 OLED. So that this version is apparently not going to come out with an OLED model. If that does happen, it's really kind of disappointing, just because Nintendo, like, why? Why would you not just give us OLED as just a standard now at this point? I mean, You can even make it $100 more expensive for an OLED model, or come out with both. Come out with a Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch 2 OLED at the same time, and one have, with the OLED model, do hollow effect joysticks. Those are joysticks that don't have the drift issues that the current Joy-Cons do. So, if it's $399 for the Nintendo Switch 2, make it $499 for the Nintendo Switch OLED, or Nintendo Switch 2 OLED, and I guarantee you it will sell better. Like, I think more people would pay if they travel on the go for an OLED display, and it's worth the $100 difference. Like, it really is to me. And I'm sure it would be to a lot of people that tend to travel on the go. But let me know what you guys think. And are you planning on getting a new console by this time next year? It is very likely we will have a Nintendo Switch 2 and a PS5 Pro come out. By next summer, which one would you buy, or would you buy both? Let me know in the comments. All right. Now, a big thing came out last week or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And I hadn't gotten a chance to talk about it, but I really do want to. And this is pretty big. It's officially going to be bigger next month when all the trackers come out. But essentially, Android Find My Device is now officially a launch network. And the reason why this is so big is because this is a shared network with Apple's AirTags and with Android. So effectively, and I'm a person that has one in my wallet and literally one on this desk right here, Tile is effectively useless now unless they just make these as well. So here's the thing. Tile and other manufacturers basically created their own network. There was a Helium 5G version too. When I was into crypto and all that stuff, there was a version like that too. And the Internet of Things basically with this is turning on so that every Android device is now activated to help you find other Android devices. So this is really important because it will basically help you find your phone to a ridiculous degree. I mean, I forgot who tested it. I think it was CNET or some company tested Android Find My Device versus Apple's Find My iPhone or Find My Network, and the Android one was way better. Like it was way off on the Apple one compared to the Android one. So it's always been like, okay, it's a better technology to find your phone. But when AirTags came out, Android didn't have an answer for it. With this, we are going to have an answer for it. Currently, the top company does seem to be Pebblebee. And Pebblebee does make all of these kind of trackers specifically for Android. So just so you can see, for Android, they have 3 different kinds. They have the card version, which is one that I'm definitely going to get. They have the attachment version, which is kind of like Tile sticker version, where basically you can stick it onto like a remote or anything rather. But that's what I did. Like for my old Chromecast, I stuck one of these on here so I could always find the remote. But yeah, so those are what that kind is. And then of course the clip kind for your keys or backpack or anything like that, you could hook it on there. So these are amazing trackers, and I really am excited for them. So they're launching their pre-orders starting May 27th. A lot of other companies are going to come out, so I'm kind of holding off on this myself. You can feel free to pre-order if you really want to get it right away. But I am excited for this network because it is effectively, and they are pretty expensive, as you can see. And that's why I think you're going to have people charging a lot right away. And then you're going to have the veterans in this game like Eufy and Tile and all these other companies can charge way less because they have all of this down already. And I think they'll be able to do a lot better. So I think you're going to have a lot of different ones. But the idea behind this is this is what everyone should buy in terms of trackers coming soon if you're on Android. Basically, this will allow you to find, and by the way, again, it shares Bluetooth frequency, so basically every phone effectively in the world, it's going to start with the US and they're going to expand it, right? but every phone in the US per se will help you find your luggage, your wallet, everything. It's going to help it pinpoint it down to an insane degree. So really cool technology. I am very happy for this. It's a really awesome ability that it's going to be, and the reason why, by the way, they had to work together is so if someone follows you with a tracker, because what we were seeing with Apple specifically, which was causing a lot of issues, is unfortunately stalkers were using it, and they would drop an AirTag like in an Uber, in a backpack, or on someone, and then be able to track you, which is obviously very scary. So that's why they had to share networks so they could alert you if a tracker not registered to you is following you. And that way you could be made aware of it and obviously, look around and see what is following you so you can stop it from following you. All right, and then we do have the Pixel 8a, and it is going to be a higher price, at least in Canada. Now, this is going to be $708.99 in Canadian, which would be a lot more, which first glance you might think, oh my God, that's so much more expensive than the US price. But the US price was $499. This roughly translates to 520, I believe, or 516 or something like that. So I think that's just a tariff tax, to be honest. I don't know if it really will be actually more expensive. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like that it could be a little bit more expensive, but will that hit us in the US? I'm not sure. I don't think it would be. I think it would be weird for Google to charge something like 529 maybe, or 519 maybe. I could see them doing that. Why not keep it at 499? I think it's better overall for them to do that, just for how many more they'll sell, because 499 is so much more appealing than 519. I think marketing wise it's way better, but we'll have to wait and see. As of right now, it looks like it might be a little bit expensive, more expensive in at least other countries. We'll have to wait and see how it is in the US, but there could be a price increase up to $20 to $25 in the Pixel 8a as of these findings. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. And I thought I would bring this one up just because this is something that I hope we get something new this year. Although apparently everyone is saying that we might not get it till next year. There is something that I've wanted for so long, and Walmart might make a good version of it, and we'll see, ironically. But Walmart came out with a Google TV device called like the On TV, I think. It was just $15, I remember. Yeah, so the On streaming device, right? And it was, regular streaming device and essentially a Google Chromecast, Google TV replacement, and it was only $15. So it was extremely cheap. Like, it was like, wow, they were really making a good one. It was a little bit slower than the original Chromecast from what the review said, but still decent. Like, nothing bad, too far bad about it. So like, if you didn't have Google TV on your TV, this was a really good thing to have. But now, apparently, they might sell an On 4K Pro streaming device. And the reason why that's so interesting is because now they're going to go with a higher price version of it. And what everyone's kind of paying attention to is these two things more than anything else. Will it be more RAM and more storage? Because this is probably the biggest thing of pain points of the Google TV system right now. And no one has made a pro device other than, the Google one, which is the standard 4K variant that we've had for 5 years now. Can someone check when the Chromecast Google TV came out? I'm very curious on that, but I want to say it was at least 4 years ago, if not more. But when that happened, it was kind of a game changer because Google TV is so much better than regular Android TV. And it was something that I was very excited about, very happy about, that we started seeing, but we never got an update. And like, the built-in storage of 4 gigs of storage is just so slow. The RAM is slow and the processor's so slow. If we would get, an entry-level smartphone version specs from now, it would be insanely better. And the one thing that is a rumor that it might be coming out next year, NVIDIA Shield used to be the pro version of Android TV. Unfortunately, they never came out with a Google TV version. However, with NVIDIA's new HDR technology that they're working on right now in beta on computers, making everything HDR, that feature could be huge on a TV set. But they're apparently launching that on the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's how they're going to give the Nintendo Switch 2 HDR. So we might have to wait for the Nintendo Switch 2, bringing this back full circle, before we can get their pro version of the NVIDIA device. And I will say this, it will be interesting if the Nintendo Switch 2 were to give us like 64 or even 128 gigs of storage, right? That would be insane. If they would give us that kind of storage, I could definitely see a demand for streaming services for it. Like, put Netflix on there, put all the modern day streaming services, none of which I have on my current Nintendo Switch, but put them all on the Nintendo Switch 2 if it has this upscaled HDR, and then I would literally use my Nintendo Switch 2 instead of my Google TV if it could, have all these streaming services with high quality HDR and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that would be a really interesting prospect. But I think at the end of the day, this is already a good way to go. Like, we need more competition on this because it's kind of stagnated. Apple TV and Google TV have not updated really in a couple of years now at this point, and it just like I want to see an upgrade, and more competition will cause at least more hardware to be upgraded. All right, guys, now let us get to your questions. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Hey, Ricky, any news on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro? Will the Z Fold 6 finally support S Pen for notes on the outer screen? What will the price points be of the Buds and the Z Fold? All right, let's handle this first. Galaxy Buds Pro 3, no updates on that one, actually, on that front. I would expect we would be hearing it over the next 2 months, especially in June. Everything kind of leaks by that point because it comes out in July. So I would expect over the next 2 months we will get everything on the Buds Pro 2. And they will be Buds 3 Pro. They will be coming out with the foldables. As far as the Z Fold 6, I do not think the outer screen will have an S Pen support. It's just still not that prevalent. The only one that I think did it was the One Plus, but it was like not supposed to do it. It just happened to do it. Basically, if you got the Oppo pen from overseas and imported it to here, then you got the pen support. And yes, it did work on the outside as well, but I think that was the only one that ever did it. So no, I don't think Samsung feels a need to do it on there. In terms of price point, I think the Buds will probably be the same price, around $200 to $229 will probably be for the Buds 3 Pro. In terms of the Z Fold, it's hard to tell right now because the whole thing about the Z Fold 6 is, I was saying Z Fold 5 earlier. Z Fold 6, the only really thing about it is we're hearing a lot of different rumors right now, and it is something that for those, actually one article that I didn't talk about was apparently Samsung is now making executives work 6-day weeks until they improve their standings. This isn't for every division of Samsung, but like their storage has gone down and lost money. I think their displays are doing fine, and their mobile division hasn't done as well. Their TV division's fine. But so like every division that's not doing good, you are now required to work 6 days a week to realize that this is crisis mode. We need to step it up. So for every division that's not doing well, that has been implemented. The reason why that's important to think is because I'm hoping this kind of wakes them up to the fact, like, hey, we need improvements to these foldables. You have these lofty goals in mind to sell so many foldables, but you haven't done anything to earn it. And so the Z Fold 6, as of right now, I am not excited for. I don't care about it. I have the Z Fold 4 in my drawer right here. Haven't used it in probably, I think I used it like, what, October or something like that, I think, for a month or two after having the Z Fold 5 for a little bit. And then I returned the Z Fold 5 because it wasn't worth the upgrade to me. And then I have the Z Fold, now the Z Fold 6. Like, what really will it upgrade if it's not a bigger, better screen? Sure, that might be enough for me to get it from the Z Fold 4. It shouldn't be enough for anyone from the Z Fold 5, to be honest. But the real one that's interesting is if they do have a Z Fold 6 Ultra that gives us everything we wanted. Bigger battery, bigger screen, wider screen, and a pen built in. If they give us that, I think Samsung will see 1 million plus more sales year over year lift on the Ultra, and the Ultra can be the full 2000. I would recommend the Z6, the Z6, the Z Fold 6 be closer to 16, so 1599 is what I would recommend that one be, and then you can go 2000. So right now it's 18, right, as a normal price, 1799. It can go 200 less and 200 more for giving us both what we want. The Fold, I don't think the Fold is worth that much anymore to stay at the same price point of 18. Maybe they still don't feel the threat yet, but at least that's the way I feel. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Any update on the Samsung phone that is not connected, if it's not connected to any way to update a Samsung phone if it's not connected to a network? I don't think you can anymore. That's not true. You can definitely still root and connect it to a computer, so you can still do it through that method, but I don't know if you can do it through any other method. You would have to do it through a PC and use all the same tools that you would use for rooting, which it's been a cool minute since I did it, but if you look up XDA developers, it could probably help you out. All right. Hey, Rick, it's been a while. I know it's been a little bit. Thank you, Quiet Storm, for putting up those videos. I have a question. When I use Google Mic, I have tap it 2 to 3 times for the voice to text. I need help. So I'm not sure. I don't have that issue, but I mean, sometimes I will say it takes a longer time to process. But yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't run into that issue. So I can't say. I would say maybe check if there's an update available for Google, the Google app, because that is the same as your text to search. And make sure to go into languages for voice to text and make sure you have it updated for the downloaded ability. So go into settings, voice to text, and check to see if you have the latest version or if it needs an update as well. Those would be my two recommendations. Hey, road to 500K. Yes, if for those of you who missed it, if you look down there, I have passed 400,000 subscribers. So, thank you, everyone. It's really cool that 500,000 is the next road, and yeah, I'm still going at it, still trying. I know I've taken breaks. I know life has happened, and had kids, got married, all of these things. Like, I was single and out of college when I started this, so the amount that my life has changed 12 years later is insane. But yeah, I just want to, take a moment to say thank you to everyone that does watch me, does tune in, and still here with me for the long haul. I've always appreciated it. And yeah, I thought about doing some kind of giveaway, so stay tuned for that. I don't know when it'll be. Maybe, I'm going to be out for the week of my birthday. I'm going on a cruise. And my birthday is September 1st. So I think maybe for that weekend, it is on a Sunday too. Maybe I'll drop a video and we'll do a giveaway during that time. I don't know what it is going to be yet. So, bear with me, but I'm thinking about, a couple of different giveaways. We'll give away a phone, We'll give away some earbuds, you know, some accessories, whatever it is. But yeah, it's what I'm thinking about doing. And maybe we'll get some brands involved. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm looking at right now. All right. I watched your very first live video of the Galaxy Note 2. Wow. I didn't even know that was my very first live video. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't even know that was my very first live video. What's the best foldable keyboard? Ooh, you know, I don't know. I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of foldable keyboards. Let's see. Let's see if we can find any. So here's my problem with most foldable keyboards is they don't have any depth. So you don't have a real good travel. So yeah, I don't know if I could really recommend one. There's nothing. See, like this has more travel. It's slim, it's light, but it's not foldable. Even this looks like it has a little bit more travel. Oh, that's garbage. That's garbage. Don't ever get those kind of things. Um, yeah, see, all of these just don't look appealing to me. I mean, like Targus is a brand that I trust. Um, and it typically has good quality. But yeah, I mean, I just can't really like if we were to go portable, right? Instead, portable keyboard. Let me see if I can find a better one. See, this is, but I know this is wider because of this. So this is one that I'm pretty sure I've bought in before. Pretty sure I bought this one or for my brother or something like that too. Um, I mean, I think this was the one I literally got for my wife. It was, you know, just very, very nice in terms of quality. Um, you have the Pop series from Logitech. Um, yeah, see, I hate these kind. I hate this kind. Good one. This is one, and this is literally one I've used when I was doing like a portable one. So okay, this one. So foldable recommend just because it's Targus and I do trust the brand and I know their quality is typically pretty good. There are some other ones like Moco that I've used some of their products, so like I feel more comfortable when I can trust it, but like this is the only foldable one, right? So foldable, that one. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna say this one because this one does have a mouse, so it's a little bit wider than you probably want to be since you wanted a foldable. Um, yeah, just for the price of that. So this one is one that again I have bought, really good for its small factor, and you can see just how small it is in comparison to it. So what would be like a tablet would be bigger than this size, or sorry, not a 10-inch, but like yeah, it's just it's smaller. It's definitely a smaller keyboard that I think you could really use for a lot of purposes, and it's good quality. So low price keyboard, portable. So portable, And then this one is the one that I recommend if you want to have a phone or more likely a tablet in it. And the cool thing about this is you can switch between your products right here. So you can like be typing on your phone and then, or sorry, typing on your tablet, and then you get a text message, switch the dial to like 2 and go to your phone and start texting on your phone, send the text, switch the dial back to 1, and then keep typing. So like that is how good and useful this one is. So keyboard with kickstand. And then the best small keyboard, again, the one I got for my wife. So definitely a really good quality one. Or wait, did I get this one or the mechanical actually? Hold on. Hold on. I think I might have got the mechanical one. Okay, so the mechanical one's a little bit more expensive. But this one is renewed probably right there. Yeah. So this one's a renewed version. I think this is the one I got from my wife. I'm guessing since it says last year. So yeah, so this one, and again, you can use it with 3 different devices. Very small and compact in terms of it. It's backlit, which was a huge thing that she needed. And yeah, so this one is probably the best small keyboard. Now there is a mechanical one as well that's a little bit more expensive. It's called the MX Mechanical, probably Mini. Yeah, MX Mechanical Mini. This one is probably the one I would use. I'm literally using a bigger version of it right now, and it's my main keyboard for all my work. I absolutely love it. Just absolutely love it. The mechanical one, it's just really good. But yeah, it has the travel is really good. Just like, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Really have always loved this kind of keyboard. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. All right. What are your thoughts about T-Mobile Tuesday now being T-Life? I haven't heard of that. Well, that's untrue actually. I heard they were like combining multiple apps into T-Life or something like that. So I guess that's what it is. Um, yeah, sure. I'm whatever. It's just a name kind of thing like that. I think I wonder if it's because if they want to have everything in one place, or is it because they might be like, we don't want to do it on Tuesdays anymore, even though that was synonymous with it, and we want to be able to change it when we want to do stuff to give out. There could be many reasons, but yeah. PS5 Pro won't be a big jump in performance. Graphics, yes, still can't do a steady 60 frames per second. Yeah, I mean the graphics is really going to be the biggest upgrade. Um, I don't know if we will get the ability to do right now. It's you either get better graphics or you get 60 frames per second. Right, you have to choose one or the other. You can't get both. So I'm wondering if we will get both on the PS5 Pro. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I think we'll have to wait till we see. Um, I like the Switch systems overall. It was August 29th, 2012, I guess is when I got my first live stream. That was when the first time I went live stream. So it was within the first year I did a live stream. Ricky, what TV is the best TV to watch in a bright room at any angle? So I would definitely go with a QLED display over an OLED for a bright room. So the reason is because the brighter the room, the more you want to have QLED or mini LED backlit TVs. They can get a lot brighter, and I mean you're talking about in the thousands of nits of brightness now with these TVs. So yeah, that's what I would look for mainly is a mini LED backlit one. The cheaper price typically, let's go ahead and pull this up because why not? Let's go ahead and TCL. TVs. So there's two main ones that I personally recommend, just again from what my experience has been. And first is going to be the TCL series of TVs. I just really like their quality, and it's always really good. And this is what you're looking for: mini LED QLED. So in terms of it, you know, you can get a 65-inch mini QLED for 1,199 for a 65-inch. Look at these open box prices. I always tell you guys, look at the open box prices. So this is, you know, really good quality, and this is from this year, right? Because if you go, let's see, even QLED. So you can get a regular QLED without mini LED backlit, but they're just again not going to be as bright. So this is the price difference, right? $799 versus $1199 is a pretty big price difference, but that is one of the biggest differences you're paying for is that brighter display. So, and again, my thing is more than likely you're not going to buy a TV every 3 to 4 years. So think of it as this: like, okay, this TV is very expensive, but if I'm paying $200 a year for it, that's a lot easier to swallow, and especially if you can do it in payments, makes it easier on you. So this is one from them. For Samsung. Samsung TVs, theirs are called Nano QLED. That's how you can tell if it's mini LED or not. So Nano QLED ones are a little bit more expensive. As you can see, we're starting off, let's just go by price. We can go to 50, 55-inch, and 65-inch. So 65-inch is $12.99 on sale, normally $14.99. Again, look at these open boxes. So this is for last year's model, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, because this year's model, I think is going to be, nope, I think the C's are last year, right? I think D is this year. Yeah, so again, more expensive, obviously, on these Samsung ones, but that is going to be one thing you want to take a look at. So depending on what you're looking for, it can go between those two, but I'll send you both links. So TCL TV. And again, these are the 65-inch version. If you want to go bigger, obviously you can go bigger, but that's just kind of what I'm going by just to help out. All right. While I get those links, let me go ahead and answer some other questions. The MSI Claw, did you look cool? Did look cool in your video. Another possible Switch competitor? Yes and no. I would say that overall, the better one, again, as of right now, I did mention it in the video, would be the... sorry, my browser's doing something funky right now. The better competitor to the Switch would be the Asus ROG Ally. It's just a better version of the MSI Claw right now, even though it's a white version right now. Instead of, I think the MSI one looks cooler. Definitely the Asus ROG is the better buy. It can play better games. The MSI still hasn't unfortunately gotten that many updates, so waiting to see of that, but it's not looking good. Like, I already had multiple updates by this point on the Ally, so I'm hoping that MSI comes through, but it's giving me less hope right now. Let's just say that. All right. Let's see. But yes, I do think there's going to be more and more of those this year. And if you want to see me cover more of those, let me know, because I enjoyed my time with it. So I would definitely be more interested to see if you guys want to see more of those kind of videos. I never did the Asus ROG Ally, but I promised myself I would do the second one when it would probably come out later this year. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Been a while. All right. Have you heard about the Fire TV that supposedly spies on you? Can you get it for? You can get it for free. but the window bar on the main screen. So I wasn't sure if that was a Fire TV or if that was a TV like sold by Walmart, but I did hear of like Walmart selling one. That yeah, the TV is essentially for free, but they spy on you, and it was like a 55-inch TV if I'm not mistaken, and you get it either for free, and there's also been another one sold by online I think for $100. So yeah, all these different things. But yeah, it is, you are agreeing to basically have that TV, and if you don't use it or don't ever turn it on, they will charge you for it because you still put your credit card down for it. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. But that's me. I have an iPhone 11. Want to upgrade to iPhone 13 Pro Max. Amazon renewed ship sold Amazon by Amazon for $645 after tax, or buy the 14 Pro Max brand new for $960 after tax. So here's my thing. At this point, I'd personally wait. Here's why. I think you should get the 14 Pro Max. I do not think it's worth $300 more. But I think you should get the 14 Pro Max because that way you're going to get the newer iPhone connector that also has faster charging. But you're going to get the Type-C iPhone connector, which is, or no, wait. Sorry. Wait a minute. What iPhone are we on? We're on iPhone 15. 15 was the one they got the Pro. No, just get the 13 Pro. The 14 Pro was not that big of an upgrade. So yeah, sorry. I was thinking the 15 Pro, or 15 Pro Max. So yeah, I would say the 13 is fine of an upgrade, and then if another 2 years goes by and then you want to get the 15 Pro Max, that is the one that I would be a huge upgrade just for the connector being a much better one. I'm thinking of the Samsung QN90C. Hey, we were just talking about that. Best Buy is on sale. Good price for the 43-inch. Yeah, dude, that's a great one. That one's one of the ones we were taking a look at right now. I wasn't going for the 43-inch version, but as long as that's a good enough size for you, then sure, go for it. For me, I would want a bigger screen just because, again, I'm not planning on buying a TV that often, so I want to make sure when I buy it, it's going to be for the long haul. The last TV I bought was a 75-inch, but I've had it for 3 or 4 years now, I think. I want to say 3 years. I want to say 3 years. But, maybe in 2 years I'll switch it out, and that's if like someone wants to buy them. How I typically do it is like I'll sell mine to someone and then buy a new one because I'll put, I might sell a 75-inch in 2 years. I might still be able to sell it for like $600-$700 and sell that one and then get a brand new, top of the line one that would cost more money, but I'll be happy with it. All right. And it was 30 minutes. You had a girl and a guy with you. Very cool. Look back at the old videos. Oh God, I think that was what Becca and Ben? Who was that Ben? I think it was for like the launch announcement, or maybe it was, oh man, I forgot the guy's name. Cody? Was it Cody and Becca maybe? I think I was working at like TCL at the time, which was at that time named Alcatel. And there was maybe the announcement of it or something like that. So yeah. Do you have any tips on how to how to maintain healthy battery life on my iPhone, seeing degrees faster than normal? Don't overcharge it. That's the main thing. Like, one of the absolute worst things that I still can't stand that people buy, is the wireless battery packs that attach to iPhones. Or people don't buy it much anymore because I think that they kind of got the hint that those were bad. But the big battery cases, that is a case with a built-in battery that charges your iPhone, that overcharges your phone and degrades your battery way quicker. Don't use them. The The benefit is either to use something like wireless charging, which will charge for a long time at a lower speed and temperature, or to use fast charging only in the morning before you leave, and then you should have battery for the rest of the day, but don't charge it overnight. The biggest thing I can say is do not charge it overnight. That's the biggest thing I can recommend so that you are going to have a better, longer battery life. Don't charge it to 100% is a good start as well. Yeah, so that's always a good one. Um, I'm curious about something. How long will LTE be around? Because I'm using an iPhone SE in 2020, or sorry, using iPhone SE 2020, and don't want to have to get a new phone because I love this iPhone. I think LTE will be around for a long time. I think they're not going to need to go to a different band where LTE will be irrelevant for a while. And by that, I mean, I think it will be around for at least 4 to 5 more years, at least. September 30th, 2020, I think it was. Oh, yeah. So when the Google TV came out. So, yeah, so that's it's coming up on 4 years now. And unfortunately, since that came out, we haven't really seen much of a difference. Um, my eighth grade teacher gave me an iPhone this last September. Wow, that's so cool. I mean, I came from a different generation, but I never could imagine a TV giving that. Or sorry, sorry, I saw a question about TV. A teacher giving me a phone, definitely. Um, iPhone 13 Pro Max renewed on Amazon. Should I pay $100 to replace the battery on Amazon? Says it's 80% or higher, or buy a premium renewed at 90% or higher with a longer warranty of 130. I mean, it depends how long you keep your phone. I would say if you keep your phone 4 years, then yes, get the warranty. If not, then no. And how long is that warranty? As long as so once it goes under 80%, then yeah. For 4 years, absolutely. For 2 years, no. Because then it'll be 80% or 60% or 70% depending on how you charge your phone by that end. You going on a Disney cruise? No, no. I still go Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is my favorite cruise line. I should get sponsored by them. But yeah, I love them. I've always have. Proposed my wife on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Our honeymoon was partially on a Royal Caribbean cruise. So yeah, I've always loved it, and my kids have loved it too. They're lucky enough that they get it at their age, because I know I didn't even travel to like Las Vegas till I was like 10 or something like that. Like I was just like, yeah, they get a lot of travel in them. They're lucky. Weird thing with the new T Life app, previously TMobile Tuesday, is now I can't get in. It might be because it needs the T-Mobile internet router, perhaps. I doubt it. Maybe uninstall it, then reinstall it, see if that helps. But yeah. Now you got me thinking if I should wait for the OLED display on the Nintendo Switch 2, or should I wait? We'll wait till it's announced, and then we'll see what happens. I haven't used T-Mobile Tuesdays in a while. It was nice in the beginning, but meh now. Yeah, as soon as the deal started getting like whack, I just stopped paying attention to it. Um, Recently, after upgrade to wireless Beats Studio Pro, I've been having connection issues with my TV. Dang, I've tried everything, resetting the TV, headphones, nothing. You've been having connection issues with your TV. You've tried resetting the TV. That's interesting if you tried resetting it, because that really should have reset all of the settings and the previous Bluetooth pairings to it. Um, Try looking around at the different audio settings and see if something got switched for some reason, but that shouldn't be. I don't know. So, are the Google TV on Sony TVs better than the Google 4K? It's the same. I have. Oh, you have the QOLED. That is the best screen you can get, sir. From what I hear, um, the QD OLED are amazing. Um, but yeah, so the Google TV on the Sony TV is basically the same. If it's one of the models from the last 3 years, I think they went from Android TV to Google TV. Like my TCL has the Google TV as well. So yeah, a lot of them did go to it, but anything before 4 years ago did not make the switch for the most part. So yeah, it's basically the same, but definitely, I don't know how much your storage is. I would imagine it would be more on the TV, and the processor can be faster or can be slower. My TCL was a mid-ranger, so it doesn't have the fastest processor, but it's still probably faster than the Google TV Chromecast. Yeah. Um, why did Samsung make curved displays on their phones? Um, I think a lot of people just love the look of it. I mean, the original curved display was on the Galaxy Note Edge. That was the very first curved display, and then the Galaxy 7 Edge was a full edge display, and it was like a cool waterfall effect. But it also was a useful feature because when you put a case on it, you could still see the side of it. So it had like, a ticker and all this kind of stuff and information you could have on there. So it's actually a more of a cool thing and a utility thing in the beginning, but they slowly took it away because people just didn't like it, or it made cases harder, or there's just multiple reasons basically. But definitely, as they wanted to create stronger drop protection on their phones, I think that was probably the biggest reason why they went away from it. All right, guys, I will be calling it a night. Have to go run and check on my son. I think my wife just left, but let me talk to you guys later. Should be next week, no problem. And I think the 5th as well. But I'll tell you guys already, for Mother's Day, I will be flying out to New York that night, possibly. So I will probably not have a Mobile Weekly that night, but we'll have to see before then. All right, guys. Thank you always so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. And I will drop some videos this week for you guys to watch. Thank you as always. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, follow us on social media at YouTube Tech Guy. And check out some more great tech videos on your screen right now.